Okay, so I haven't done a Discovision video in a while, so I decided I'd put another one together. This one is about the Discovision edition of Deliverance, which you can see playing in the background here. We got the dueling banjos scene. The Discovision edition is really not a fantastic transfer of the film. The color is kind of washed out, the pan and scan composition is awful. Picture clarity is pretty good, I guess, but the audio is awful. You can probably hear the volume going up and down while you're watching this. But anyway, that's not what we're here to really look at. It's more that this edition of Deliverance has one of the greatest mastering errors of any Discovision disc, other than maybe Frenzy, and that disaster on the fifth side of the movie. So this is an extended play disc, like I mentioned, and you can see it works pretty much with no problem on at least the first disc. But the second disc, side 3, the last part of the movie, is mastered incorrectly, so that any player that you put it in will detect it as a CAV or standard play disc rather than an extended play disc. So we're putting in side 3. We'll wait for it to load up. And like I said, this is an extended play disc. But when it loads up, it gives us a frame counter instead. Now that is not supposed to be there. Now that said, the disc will mostly play okay. There are a few players that will refuse to play it, but most of them will play it with no problem. Until you try doing some of the trick play features. So check this out. We're going to go... Let's pick a frame here. Frame 5000. And again, this is an extended play disc. So you can see this is what happens when you try to do the trick play. We're kind of... It's not only about 2200 frames too far ahead, it's playing backwards. And that's obviously not how it's supposed to be. Hit play, it'll go back to normal. But let's go frame by frame and see what happens. So see, I paused it, and it's going backwards again. It will not allow me to just pause. But if I try to skip through frame by frame, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like no matter what I do, it's going to start playing backwards and the picture breaks up. Let's go further into the disc. How about 25,000? Again, we're a few hundred frames too far. We're going backwards. Picture's breaking up. Let's try skipping around frame by frame here. It does not like that too much. We'll use the wheel to go forward. Works okay. Use it to go back. Works okay. Try multi-speed play. Again, doesn't like it. Goes backwards. Now I should mention this is a Pioneer Elite player from 1995, not some early Discovision player from the late 70s or early 80s that could get easily confused. This is how it acts on every single player, though how successful you're going to be with the trick play features is, it really varies a lot. We can go all the way, let's try 50,000. That would take us about to the... Okay, again, we're nowhere near where we're supposed to be, and it's playing backwards.
You come in drunk from me.
Yeah, for some reason pressing pause makes the disc play backwards. And it makes the picture break up. I don't know why.
I hope that be clean fancy, brother.
But that's what happens when you try to play the extended play version of Deliverance on any Laserdisc player. It'll work okay as long as you don't mess with any of the trick play features or try to pause it. Now, unlike the whole Side 5 of Frenzy debacle, I have a theory as to why Deliverance got screwed up so bad. I think it was initially supposed to be a standard play release, and the whole mastering error probably stems from that somehow. I don't have any actual inside information on this, but Deliverance is kind of an oddity in a couple of ways, and I'll show you what I mean. Oh lord, do you see that? That's what I mean about the pan and scan. It's awful. First of all, Deliverance was packaged with these blue labels. These were the standard CAV movie disc labels, and they don't make mention of extended play anywhere on them. This is the only instance that I know of where an extended play title had these blue labels rather than standard red labels. Even my copy of House Calls, which came out earlier, has the red labels, and they also tell you that the disc is extended play. Now, another detail here is the jacket itself. And you can see it's got this big old extended play banner on here. It looks big and bold and important. You know, hey, extended play is here, check it out. But the thing is, it's actually a sticker. You can see there, it's a sticker. That means it was applied after the jacket was printed up. Now, we've seen this before, too. Jesus Christ Superstar in stereo had a run where the jackets were reused mono jackets that had a black and silver stereo sticker slapped on the front. This copy here has the red stereo decal on the corner, and on the back it not only has the stereo banner printed on it, it's also got a chapter listing. Now, one other note is that the back cover here doesn't make mention of being an extended play format anywhere. Typically, right here, next to the date, whether it's color or black and white, and the running time of the film, it'll have an indication here that says extended play. This one doesn't. But you look at other extended play films, like Psycho, The Sting, or Flash Gordon, they've all got that extended play marker there. The only one I've seen that doesn't is House Calls. And again, it's one of maybe 2 films that came out before Deliverance in extended play. Now, I admit these are minor details. They may not mean anything, but I don't think it's too far out of the question to think that maybe MCA wanted to release this as a standard play initially, so they printed up all the materials and labels ahead of time. But the thing is, Warner Brothers wanted all their films to be released in extended play on Discovision. So I don't know if maybe they had to make a last-minute change and somebody screwed up the master on the left side because it was supposed to be CAV initially, or if maybe it's just because they didn't really know what the hell they were doing with Discovision. They're kind of just making it up as they went along. It was some other reason entirely. We just don't know. Either way, it's a really interesting little oddity, and I think it makes for an interesting part of the collection.
God damn, you play a mean banjo.